Aloha everyone, so glad you made it back on your mat for this juicy yin yoga practice. Grab your stuff, get into something super comfy, and if you love this channel, please don't forget to subscribe at the bottom of the screen and let anybody know about it. In the meantime, get comfy and I'll see you on your mat. Aloha. Aloha everyone, thank you so much for joining me on your mat. So this yoga practice is going to focus on the root chakra. This yin yoga practice will really help us ground down, feeling more safe, more stable, and more rooted into the earth and who we are as human beings. Sometimes bringing in a focus on that chakra can really help us overcome times in our lives where we feel unrooted, where we feel unsafe and ungrounded, and we just need to recollect ourselves and come back to a greater sense of stability, right? And I thought that it would be great to bring in nature and create a practice for us where we are in nature, where I can bring that to you wherever you may be. Root chakra also focuses on feeling secure, having security within us deeply. And it's like being a tree. A tree has roots, right? And they spread out, and they're really anchored down into the earth. They're also anchored to other roots from other trees, and it becomes a huge root system where everything is collectively stabilized, where everything is taken care of. And then you can come back to homeostasis and balance when you have that foundation there, and where everything else has room and space to grow and find flexibility in that. So trees can bend, they can be flexible with storms and winds, and oftentimes their roots are what keeps them grounded and safe and stable to continue to grow and live their lives. So metaphorically speaking, it's great because it's the perfect example of how rooted we are to the earth and where we're from. And so the Muladhara Chakra, the root chakra, is the chakra at the base of our bodies that is right between the sit bones, and we're going to focus on that area today. So my name is Nathie, and I'll be guiding you in this Muladhara root chakra yin yoga practice. So we'll start by just coming into just a simple sukhasana, an easy seated pose. In this pose, you can either have one shin stacked on top of the other, you can have a shin in front of the other, you can also sit with your knees bent and on your heels, just like so. Just find your seat, your comfortable seat, where we can just stay here for at least 4 minutes. 4 minutes of grounding down before we continue on with our other poses. You can sit on a block or a folded blanket, and you can allow your knees to just fall out, finding your simple seat. Having your hands lay on your thighs, and just gently close the eyes here, and we'll take a couple of minutes to ground down in our sit bones. And then at this stage of the practice, we're not looking to force the breath. We're not looking to force anything at all. We're just starting to bring our awareness to the sensations in our entire body, from the toes, from the feet, all the way to the crown of the head. Notice if there's any tension anywhere in the body, And without any judgment, just observe where you feel tension and how that tension is radiating throughout your body. And then bring your attention to your root chakra, the base of the pelvis near the coccyx, and recognizing all that area, how it connects down to the earth beneath you. How do you feel underneath the sit bones, the contact of the pelvis and the sit bones on your mat, on the earth? Sometimes we unknowingly hold tension or we grip in our hips, in our lower pelvis, in our lower back. Notice if you're gripping on the right side, and then notice if you're gripping on the left side. Allow your legs to start to relax and your knees to just melt down towards the mat. Maybe here, take a few deep breaths, finding ease in your breathing. Natural inhales that feel good to you, and gentle exhalations that completely let go. Keeping your unconscious awareness onto your sit bones. When you inhale, notice how it feels to inhale all the way up, bringing in all that air through the nostrils, all the way up into your head. And then recognize how it feels when you let all of that air out and you feel this sense of settling down in your mid-body, in your midline, all the way down into your lower belly. Again, inhale, notice the inhalation. And then lengthen your exhalation and notice every part of the exhalation from the nose all the way down through the body. Take a few more deep breaths, recognizing the inhales and exhalations of your breath. And become intimately familiar with that air that becomes your best friend as it comes flooding into your lungs. And that beautiful air that you exhale, sending it back into the air surrounding you. Relax the upper back, relaxing the shoulders, softening your eyes, softening the cheekbones and the third eye area. Gently open your eyes and we'll shift onto our sides and then onto our knees and our hands. And we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. You have options here. You can bring big toes to touch and send your hips back into the heels directly, or you can have a blanket tucked behind the knees to soften your hips down on a surface that's cushiony for you. You can also have two blocks underneath each hand, or a block underneath the forehead. Just extend the arms forward and allow your forehead to just rest on the mat. Inhale deeply into the lower belly, sending the breath all the way down through the pelvis and down into the root chakra. And as you exhale, soften the hips back towards the heels as you extend the arms a little bit more further, relaxing the forehead or temple down on the mat or block. We'll be here for a little while, so just become comfortable with this pose. You also have the option to place a bolster underneath your heart lengthwise if you want to support your torso onto a bolster. Allow your belly to rise and fall with your breath. Release the tension in the lower belly, the hips. And start allowing the heart to melt down closer to your mat, lengthening the exhalations, allowing your shoulders to relax. Notice whatever sensation is arising in your wide-legged child's pose here. And welcome whatever sensation is flooding in. Observe the sensations without any judgment, and befriend those sensations. Notice all the surfaces of your body that are currently connecting to the ground beneath you. Maybe the palms, each part of each finger that's touching the mat, the forearms, the elbows, parts of the upper arm. Notice the sensation of your forehead or your temple. And then notice all the front line of the leg, the shin, the top of the ankle and the feet, the toes grounded down on your mat. And then maybe your chest is touching the mat or the bolster, and just notice how that feels, bringing awareness to all those parts together, all in one, how grounded you are to the earth beneath you. Beautiful. When you're ready, just start walking your hands back up to center, raising yourself here off of the mat. And then just allow your hips to move organically. Just move very slowly, recognizing how it feels to release the compression we just caused in our knees, in our ankles, in our hips. Maybe rotate the ankles a little bit before we come onto our sit bones. So turn the shins sideways, come onto the sit bones, and extend the legs out in front of you here. Take one leg out in front, bend the left knee, take the left foot inside of the right thigh. You can have 2 blocks on either side of the extended leg if that feels good to you. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, turn your torso towards the extended leg. Exhale, start hinging at the hips, folding forward. You can land your hands alongside your shin or blocks. You can hold on to the shin. You can hold on to the foot. Whatever feels good to you here. The goal here is to recognize how it feels to have both sit bones grounded down into the mat as you fold. And take a deep breath, really deep down into the lower pelvis, sending the breath out in the back line of the body through the right hamstring and calf. And then as you exhale, draw that energy back up the leg, the back of the leg, all the way up into the root chakra, even coming up into the sacral chakra. Allow that left knee to just rest down towards the earth. If there's too much of a gap here between that left knee and the ground, you can tuck a folded blanket underneath that knee to support your knee. But keep both sit bones rooted down into the mat. Take a deep breath, again, sending the breath down into the root chakra, all the way into the back line of the right leg. And then follow that line of energy of your breath back up the leg and then into the pelvis and lower belly. Keep cycling the breath in that way. Visualize your breath going down into the earth and then back up into your body. And start noticing that deeper rooted connection, that energy that we get from Mother Earth.
Now, in this pose, visualize roots coming out of your body from all the parts that are touching the mat right now, reaching the different layers of the earth, all the way down to the molten core of the earth. Visualize your roots spreading horizontally and not only vertically across the surface layer of the earth, connecting to other root systems, solidifying that inherent, that natural being connection that you have. So simple, thoughtless, except the true nature of being. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back up. You can bring your hands behind your hips about a foot apart. Plant both soles of the feet on the mat. You can windshield wipe your knees really gently with your breath. You can also shake the legs in front of you if that feels good. And then we'll find ourselves onto the other side. So lengthen that left leg out. And then bring that right sole inside of the left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Turn your torso towards the extended leg, feeling both sit bones rooted down into the mat. And then when you're ready, start folding forward, hinging at the hips, lengthening the spine. And then just release your hands down on blocks or shin or foot. Take your time here to ease your way deeper into this fold. There is no rush. And again, you can put a blanket underneath that right knee if it's lifting off of the ground. Relax your jaw, your shoulders, your eyes, your neck, and your head. Deep breath, deep down again, cycling the breath. Inhale down into the root chakra and into the back line of the left leg, in the hamstring, in the calf, in the heel. Then exhale your breath, feeling, breathing down as you inhale, and then breathing up as you exhale. Breathing out as you exhale, breathing down as you inhale. Growing your roots, visualize those roots. And as you exhale, the roots stay there, stabilized, releasing tension in your branches, in your upper body, feeling grounded and secure in your natural state of being. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just to accept your awareness of your body, of your soul, of that deeply rooted connection that we all have. And this energy, this prana, We're now taking in and reconnecting that deep prana. When you're ready, slowly come back up. Bring both legs forward, shake, shake, shake. And then we'll come into seated butterfly pose, so Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together. And before we do anything at all, just notice that nice sense of connection of the soles of the feet, where they're touching the heels, the ball of the feet, all 10 toes, the big toe touching the big toe, the second toe touching the second toe, and so forth. And then notice the outer edges of the feet touching the mat. Just bring your awareness to your feet, opening the knees wide. If you need a wider stance, you can send your feet out further away from your midline. If you want it deeper, just bring your feet closer in. Here you can have a block underneath your head, underneath each knee. If you need that support, you can have a bolster right in front of you to support your entire torso as you fold forward. Or you can simply just take a deep breath in, lengthen the sternum towards the sky, feeling the sit bones rooted down. And then as you exhale, drawing the navel in and start walking your fingers forward as you hinge forward at the hips, leading with your heart. And just notice this seated butterfly pose, how it's creating a deeper connection where you're contacting the mat underneath your seat. Take a deep breath in, all the way down, and exhale out, drawing that earthly energy back in through your midline. And we'll start connecting more deeply, tapping into those deeper roots that bring nutrients, energy into our bodies so that we can grow, we can learn, and we can spread our love and become more aligned with all of our other energies, our bodies, subtle bodies in our being. Visualize your roots becoming stronger, longer, wider, twisty and turny, becoming this intricate web, almost like the neuron connections in our brain. If you had a block on a certain level, you might want to lower the level of the block if that suits you, if you'd like to go deeper. Notice the sensations in the inner thighs. Relax your jaw and your neck. The seasons are temporary. Your roots are not. Even when you feel like your roots are not there, they are there. It's allowing your whole being to reconnect to those roots. When you're ready, slowly draw yourself back up to center. Bring your hands on the outside of the knees. Draw the knees in. And then move however feels organic to you. You can draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself a really tight hug. Dropping the forehead onto the knees. Just stay here for a few breaths. And then we'll find ourselves back into our final Savasana. So just lay your legs out, slowly roll yourself onto your back. Allow the legs to open up wide as they'll go for yourself, whatever feels good. And bring your arms along your sides or in cactus shape, in T shape, or above your head to lengthen the sides of the body. Wherever you find yourself in your space, recognize this safe auric field, a safe energy surrounding your body, held by the earth, cradled by the earth, taken care of by the universe. Notice how your inhales and your exhales are being done without any effort. They're natural. They're keeping you alive. And you're safe in your Shavasana, in your roots, with the earth. So completely allow the weight of your body to melt down. Relaxing your lower back, your hips, the heels, Soften your face, your cheekbones, your eyes. Feel your ears melt down towards the earth. And notice your head weighing very heavy down into the earth. Notice the slower exhalations and the letting go of the pit of the belly as you exhale. Feeling the navel being drawn down, grounding down, grounding deeper. Feel the limbs, your arms, your hands, and all of your fingers releasing tension, letting go. Now, visualize all the outer edge of your body, all the way around, completely dissolving down into the earth, becoming one with the earth. Now I call this earth bathing, bathing into our nature of being, a natural state of being. And now feel any vibrations or sensations flowing through your body in this completely relaxed state. Maybe you feel tingling. Maybe you feel complete stillness. We'll finish our practice in Savasana. No need to move. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you today in your practice. Namaste.